Everyone has flaws. The question is, how do you deal with flaws? And how do you make them more of an opportunity rather than a flaw? Roll it. Today's video is going to be short because my sister said so. Everybody has flaws. Doesn't matter how perfect somebody is. If you talk to them, they will have some kind of flaw that they're dealing with. How do you deal with the flaws you have? In order to really grasp the idea of how to deal with it, we have to understand what flaws, what are they? What really are they in our mindset? Flaws are simple. You have tangibles or non-tangibles. It's that simple. Let's keep it very simple. We can go on, and there's a lot of videos out there that go on and on, but it's very simple. Tangibles, non-tangible. You have the people that are physically tall, short, small, petite, big, pretty, not pretty, etc., etc. And then you have the non-tangible ones. You know, the one that young people use. I procrastinate a lot. It's a flaw of mine. Yeah, yes it is, Billy. Yes it is. The important idea behind this is that we ourselves put value, whether it's positive or negative, on these flaws that we have. We don't just do it for ourselves, we do it on other people, and then we make them start thinking they're flaws. Catch yourself doing that and watch how many times you actually do it without even realizing you're doing it. So if we place value on these flaws and we generally put negative perspectives on these flaws, well, clearly this word flaw becomes negative, and that's all it is. It's a flaw. Where somebody feels they are pretty, things will occur and their prettiness will not be the greatest advantage to them, and then it becomes a flaw. And if you're thinking that never happens, well, you should see all the emails that come in of people who go, I know I'm attractive, I know I'm great looking, yet nobody hires me for my smarts, I can't find somebody who loves me for me, etc., etc. It's real. And then we look at it from a sense on the non-tangible side, where somebody starts to create the scenario because they haven't accomplished things, that they're not smart, even though they're so intelligible and they know so much. And when you talk to them, you're like, wow, this guy's like super smart. But they haven't been able to use that skill set to achieve what they want to achieve. So it becomes a flaw for them, not a positive attribute that they can keep looking forward to find the next opportunity for success. Our first step is to accept that flaws are there. Flaws exist. We all have them. We all have some kind of a flaw we don't like with ourselves, and it's something that exists and we need to deal with it. The goal here is to look at that flaw and ask ourselves, is it really a flaw, or is it a mindset trick I've played on myself in a negative manner, spun it to be a flaw, but really it's something I can use as an opportunity for myself to find the success I'm looking for. Now there's some flaws of ours that we can't really improve on, and yeah, usually they're on the physical side, and yeah, like example, all the not so tall people. I should be doing this. I can relate with you. Like, I played a lot of NBA 98 on Sega Genesis, and I had like the short guy created figures, and I could dunk, and I always thought I could do that, but you know, I realized I can't dunk, so I could never be an NBA star. So what can I do? Does that mean that my life's over? Well, no. I used the skill sets that I had so that I can succeed in everything I wanted to do. Bottom line, the goal is that we're gonna use that opportunity of what we have to strengthen our other skill sets to make them better. Confidence brews through you accepting your flaws and using them to your advantage. This is why, if it is that, you know, one of your physical characteristics are not enabling you to feel confident enough to go get that job, to go meet that person, to find a great relationship, and so on and so forth, well, this is where confidence comes into play on those things, because we're going to develop that mindset so that you can start spinning that positive opportunity instead of the negative one. We can now look at our top skill sets, our top characteristics, those things that we don't call flaws because we've labeled them that not being flaws, as the ones that we're gonna work on 100% to make them even better, and we're gonna leverage all those other things that we find as flaws that we've been improving on, so that we can make a more complete package to really achieve the things we want to achieve. Once you start working on all these in sync, you start to realize that this takes time. It's all baby steps. It is a habit we're forming. This habit will start to grow. So when somebody who is procrastinating and they tell me, oh, I procrastinate, well, let's work on that. It takes 30 days to see some changes, 60 days to 120 to actually see changes happening. And then after that, you start molding a pattern of non-procrastination. It's not done overnight. You can't just go to a psychiatrist and they can give you something or talk to you for 12 straight days and voila, you're cured, because you need to practice the act of not procrastinating. And why is this habit so important? Well, it's important because how we deal with our flaws will shape us in a make or break situation as we get older. Flaws pop up all the time. This is just the given fact of life. You get older and you die. So clearly your body's not going to be the same as it was when it's 20. Changes will happen. You will have more flaws as you get older. The question is, how do you pick up on the changes? And how do you deal with the changes to make them positive instead of negative? That way they don't become a flaw, but rather you incorporate them into an opportunity, into the success that you have, and you help leverage what you're doing with these new flaws such that you can find success. So for all those people that are getting gray hair and a droopy butt and getting a little belly and you need to shape up, this is your opportunity to hop on it right away and say, let me use this as an opportunity so I can leverage it and I can actually have a better chance of success to extend my life, have a better image of my body, and really appreciate the fact that I'm here right now, being more healthy, more conscious of what I'm doing, and really loving life. My name is Nikos Rentas. This is mentorsapproach.com. Hit a like, hit a subscribe, and of course, leave a comment below and tell us maybe that one moment where you realized something that you thought was a flaw wasn't a flaw, and how did it help change your life?
Snowy